Hi guys, how you going? It's Manic Magic here to discuss the new guidelines and updates in relating to a lot of fishermen, hunters, anything out there that's relating to harmful or stressing out any animals or the showing of blood or shooting animals, things like that. Anything in considering violence. I'll just check out my channel. I'll get this up. We've got 2 people in the house. Make sure you give thumbs up as we come in. I was shocked this morning. I was on Jag Fishing, just checking his channel out. He was doing a growing channel. And yeah, where's the live stream? Let's see if I can bring the... Here we are. I'm watching the live stream on my big screen so I can check out the chat. So just bear with me, guys. We'll wait till a couple more people come in. How you going, Joseph? And how you going? Who else we got in here? I don't want to lose my channel today with a technical issue. We had to upload twice yesterday, but the other day was 4 times and I had to give it away as a bad job. How you going, Jason? Rightio, what we're doing is today, because a lot of people, I have a lot of followers in a lot of communities, and I'm a little bit of the voice for the community. Not that I choose to, it's just that I heard a few things on another fishing channel, and as you know, Jason will vouch for that, I love fishing. I used to have a lot of fishing rods when he come along on the scene. He's a friend of my niece, and he knows I like fishing. He loves fishing. A lot of us do. I live by a lake. I used to live by the ocean. I used to live by the river before that as well. So everywhere I've lived, it's always been with water. As you people know, some people that follow my streams, I do love hunting. I've been involved with hunting and fishing and things like that. We're here to discuss a few of the new guidelines that they're placing in 4 days' time. People like Jag Fisher is looking at quitting. There is a lot of people across the board. I had a full hour conversation on Hangouts with Rattle Trap Fishing. They invited me onto the live stream so I could talk to them about it, because I did a little bit of research on it, but I didn't want to do my own live stream until I did a bit more research. It's going to involve a lot of things across the board. It's going to involve new policies for strikes. It's going to involve what you can see, what you can't, not allowed to show on YouTube. People are worried about having to go to a new platform. But I said, hang in there. Take some deep breaths. Don't be like the Jesuits in the olden times and scaremongering and telling lies and false truths. Get to the bottom of it first before we find out what it is. I don't know the answers. The reason is YouTube don't know the answers yet. They're only doing some of the things that they've written is only very, very shallow. They don't really have a clear indication of what can be seen and what can't be. There's been rumours and accusations, as well as people being flagged on YouTube in showing fishing in general, getting even caught, or showing blood. The policy states some of the channels like trapping may be defunct. No more content when it comes to trapping. Anything that's harmful to animals. That's our first part of the topic, so we can keep along as we go along. The problem when we have, where does it end? If there's people in YouTube that are people coining the phrase snowflakes, are they snowflakes, or are they protecting us from harmful viewing platform? Like I said, I've had chicken farms I've been involved with. We raised chickens, we raised ducks, we raised lots of livestock when growing up. I was involved in dairy farming and all the rest of it. I managed many chicken farms for some time. Is it stressful to chickens? If we chase them, where do we end up? Like, we're not allowed to chase some chickens, or if we allow a dog to chase chickens, or are we allowed to even show the viewing of a fish getting caught? Are we allowed to show our trophy of a fish? Because hence it's been in harm, because it's being lifted up in the oxygen where it's supposed to be out in the water. Can we show the antler horns above our heads as a trophy? Can we show on YouTube, like they used to, show slaughtering of animals, because there's practices all around the world where they're hunters and gatherers. They've got to be able to do that. I'll just keep up with chat, shall we? While we're going to think about what we're going to talk about. Free sharpshooter scope. How you going, MANIC? Asking how you going there. We've got fishing family vlogs. Yeah, it's caused a big uproar in the fishing and hunting world. What are we allowing to show on TV? What did you say, Joseph? Doing good, brother. Just relax. Thank you for asking. Much love to you. Yeah, thank you very much. And yeah, so what our topic is with the new guidelines. I've checked it all out. I spent the last half an hour or more trying to check it out, but what it basically only just says if there's showing of fluids, bodily fluids, blood, things like that. But I thought a lot of that was to do with the sad world that some people live in, when it involves sexual environments and involving children, involving all sorts of aspects all the way along the board. It's to protect us. And like I've said in some of my last streams, we as YouTubers still need to be checked, looked after and protected. But are they going too far? We don't know. We haven't really got the full story. Because there's been rumours that one fisherman got flagged from YouTube, but evidently another rumour was the same content was blocked through a social media environment, say from Facebook. And we all know Facebook and YouTube are not getting along. So we don't know if that was the case. So all I said was, hang in there, just take some deep breaths, and some of them are already looking at going to another platform. And I said to them, just wait for a couple of days and find out. They're even talking about do they have to take some of their content off. Some of the people that have channels have had flags, reports, but they're fishing and hunting channels. So is it they're banning fishing in general, or there's just the hunting side of it? Or is it just the trapping side of it? This is what we've got to find out. Is it only going to be the cruelty of trapping and maybe not the shooting? Maybe they're not allowed to show the shooting in action, but the actual deer after it's fallen. We need stronger guidelines, or not guidelines, sorry, I'll rephrase that. We need more information about the guidelines. So we need a stronger evidence. We need the evidence. Where does it stop? Does it stop at drone flying? Does it scare the environment? I don't want to open that can of worms there, but we don't know. Where are they going to stop? Where does it, like I was talking to farmer JT this morning, does it affect farming? We don't know. We need to find these answers out. So I said, just rally together, ask for the information, don't go half-cocked. I don't even know I'm allowed to use that word. It's nothing to do sexual content. It's to do with cocking the pistol. Like I can remember a couple of years back, even in the plumbing industry, they went crazy over here in Australia. We had to change all the words. We weren't even allowed to use cock and bull. They had to change it to some form of faucet with a floating device, and they had to change everything. Everyone went crazy with this politically correct stuff. And some of it's important that they do. But man, where are they going to stop at this? We're going to find this out. Like, because the guidelines aren't written very correctly, I believe. I've been involved with guidelines and policies for a very long time. In fact, I used to enforce it in my firefighting career. It all comes down to money, a lot of it, of what gets banned and what doesn't. I gave an example in my firefighting career where they banned a certain fire extinguisher. It was a yellow fire extinguisher. They did a recall, and I was part of the recall, collecting them back at the fire station, because I was a fire marshal at one time, fire station officer, and many other officers before me had to do the same thing. It's because it was unsafe for the environment. But it all depends on who had the money. The telecom and electrical industry were allowed to use it because it muddied up and messed up with dry chem, and it wasn't, they couldn't use any of the other mediums in their fire extinguishers. And so did the racing industry, because it worked so well, because it froze. But without getting off the subject, but where do they stop? Right, then it comes down to what's inappropriate. Are they being the snowflakes, or are they genuinely caring? That's what we've got to ask ourselves. They're the questions we've got to ask. How you going? We got a rattle trap raid. Very good. So what we were discussing throughout their chat was all these things. And all I wish that we just hang in there. Like I said, take deep breaths to rattle trap fishing. Don't get alarmed too much yet. But I really am sad for them, because, like I said, I'm a hunter and fisherman myself. And where does it stop? And Alex, how you going? So make sure if you support one another, because you know my channel. If there's any raid or whatever comes in, support them. And because it's not sub to sub. This comes on to our next question about the new policies. They're a bit more lenient. The words that we're not allowed to say is sub, support, and those sort of things, or sub for sub. Avoid them out of our chat. But it's okay to come in and support one another and ask in a roundabout way. Like, you're allowed to say, I got you, I've allowed this, because the other day we've had a few problems with Farmer. If those who don't know, Farmer JT has been striked. He's in jail. And the reason is I was in his live stream at the time. I was a moderator as well. And I didn't pick up on it, and nor did some of the other moderators at the time. But there was a moderator in there that was apparently making sexual connotation remarks. I'm not naming who it was or wherever, because I don't know it totally either. I don't have the proof. But this is what was told to me. And it was pointed out by one of the moderators that we needed to, and they got his attention to remove the moderator that was saying what he was saying, because no one else could block him because he was a moderator. So for those channels out there that got moderators, please make sure you do your homework on your moderators. Farmer at the time, he thought the guy was okay. We don't know what this false story is, because they've taken the video away. And it was all because there was debates as well going through some people saying that his channel and my channel and Canadian Drone Hub and some of the fishing channels, some of the hunting channels are sub for sub, but they're not. There's been a lot of attacking towards Farmer and myself in relation to we are sub for sub channels and we're not. So yeah, I'll go back through the chat later, and those who I haven't got, which I got most of them because I do my homework. So we've got Simple Joys out there. How you going, Grant? And Grant. And making sure, because I've got friends that is Greg too, so I just wanted to make sure that I got it right. High Country Fly Life, we've got him in the house. We've got, I can't pronounce that word, Accumulity, is it? I probably rubbished your name, I really apologise for that, but there's so many different names. I've got Green Street Recycling. Yeah, so what we're talking about is we are not sub for sub channels. And I got on a live stream yesterday and told people we are not sub for sub. We had Joy there, left me a comment and left a video regarding about content. Yes, it's very important with content. We need content, but we need to support one another as well. So just be aware. No sub for sub or subbing or support. Just avoid the S words. Just to be safe. Go on like a lot of channels are going, and they can't strike you then. The reason why Farmer JT got striked was because inappropriate content in his stream, and they shut it down. So all he's going to do is he's going to make a new channel for the 3 months that he's got the strike for, and he's going to do his content on his main one and just get it, still make it grow. So what he's going to do is his live streams, and then he's going to record them and then put them onto his main channel as videos, because you can do that, because you just turn a video into a video, so people can still get some watch time with that. So he can still collect a bit of watch time. And even if he just puts a different title and puts his tag words in and things like that, because I do that. I go after the live stream and I do all the tag words so I can promote my channel, promote my videos, promote my live streams, and that's what we've got to do. Who else have we got in the house? I want to make sure I'm following your chat, because we've got Simple Joys as a moderator, so respect him. He's a great guy. It could even be his wife, we don't know. Could be one of them. Colette, isn't it? I hope I've got that right. Please let me know, because I'm sometimes bad with names, other times I'm good. Yeah, we've got Joseph up there as a moderator, and that should be fine at the moment. How you going, Aaron? Aaron Todd, how's it going? We've been just talking about some of the policies. And like I said, with the fishing and hunting community, it doesn't specifically state it, because like I said, I've been involved with policies and that all my life. And when you do policies, they're just so shallow, these policies. They're not telling you exactly what is banned from our video contents that we have to ban. And they need to do that, because we could take them to court, because they don't specifically say whether we can catch fish or whether we can do this or whether we can do that. I was involved with firefighting policies here in Australia, remembering policies change from wherever you are all over the world. But that doesn't stop YouTube of having better policies. What we ask is, please clean up your act. We need this information. There's people going to leave in swarms if you don't, and it's going to affect every one of us. If we lose half the hunters and gatherers and fishermen and homesteaders, where does it stop, and where will it affect us channels that wants to grow our channels, who's got art channels, He's got wildlife channels. He's got channels like the Simple Joys. It's going to affect them because are we allowed to fish? It will affect, say, Stingray Steve. I mean, he's a good fellow, and he's one of my supporters. It's going to affect him. He's over there in Florida, and I think he may have got flagged too. There's rumours of that, and I hope not. It's been a sad week for me. I've had farmer crying. I've had the fishermen nearly crying. Some of them are just too manly to cry. They're just speechless. They're just gobsmacked. I asked them after I had my spiel, I said, is there any questions? No one wanted to ask any questions for a while. They didn't know what to say. So then they ended up asking me questions, and I said, really, I haven't got the answers. But I know what happens in experience when it comes down to money. And unfortunately, that's what YouTube's all about. That's what they want, is money. It will affect us if it involves money, if it affects the dollar on their side of it, not what we can do. They're not worried about us. And I'm really sorry to say that. And the policy states that I've got free speech. I can say it as long as I'm not slandering. I'm not slandering, I'm just saying it how it is. They've got to make things clearer. Is there any questions in the chat that we can ask? And because I see it on the big screen because I can't see it here, but I have to touch the screen, else my channel will go down because of non-interaction. Yes, I'm upset about it too, because one, I'm a hunter and fisherman, and two, it's going to affect the people that may want to watch my videos. Because like I said, everywhere I go, that you don't know who's going to be into what you do. Like I've got people that say, I really dig it. I dig what you do, and I'm not in that environment normally. So you don't know that. Everyone loves it. Yeah, I could do... thank you watching. Yep, no worries. Make sure you communicate to one another. Make sure you've got everyone in here. Please leave a like, even if you just say, I reckon leave a like just for participating. They've been willing to at least show and share some content. If it's really bad, go for it. But I encourage kindness. Leave a comment. You don't have to, but just work on it. We're all here to try to support one another. I can say it, but you guys in chat can't. This is the rules they make. Unfortunately, it's a game that we have to play. So I'm only here just to chat about that. But then, like I said, then you got Farmer, who's in jail now, and he's a friend of mine. And he does his farming, he does his droning. We've got big plans. I'm helping him out with a new channel, not a new channel, but some new content that he's going to be doing in his channel. And it's going to be a lot of fun, really humorous. We're looking at doing podcasts together. I'm looking at going to the fishing channel over at Rocco's, over at Passion Hunting and Fishing, and going to go on his channel as an invite on the panel occasionally, and all these sort of things to help each other grow and do some shout outs and all sorts of things. And this is what I'm getting to. We've got Rattle Trap Fishing. He said he doesn't want to quit YouTube or go to another platform because he's worked so hard to get where he is. And he's a cool dude. And he wants to stay there, but if he has to change things, he'll at least give it a go. Because I said, don't be like the children of Israel and just wandering in the desert. Because they were prosecuted for having their religion. I mean, we don't want to be that sort of person wandering around going to platform, because who knows that if you go to another platform that's similar to YouTube, and they may make the rules change too. We don't know that. I watch all kids of other channels that are hunting, but am considering not watching any channels if they go through with this. Okay. See, that's the problem. Like Farmer was saying, he's into guns. We've got young lads that are 12 years old. In America, they're allowed to be into guns. We're Australians. We're not allowed to have guns unless we're farmers and that, and different other reasons for culling and whatnot in national parks, because we have a big problem with vermin and kangaroos getting out of control. But that's another story. But we're restricted. We're not like the Americans, but that's their choice. Who are we to tell them what to do? I'm sorry, even though, you know, some things I don't quite agree on, but I can't speak for the Americans. I'm not a voting person, so I keep out of that stuff. And so I should, because we're not here to be political. I'm sorry for using my hands, because I've got this delay there, and all I can see is his hands going. I must be Italian, but I'm not. I'm half German. No, that's right. Nothing against anyone. It's just what YouTube is starting to make us think and do. Simple Joys of Life says, I'm open to watching any content, things I am not necessarily into, but will check it out. I'm the same. I got off personally on euthanasia for their own content. I see. Yeah, that's right. There's certain things that you're just not into, and there's some things that you may be, but may not be personally involved in. And that's it. We just check each other's content out. Make us grow. Let us grow. I've got to just participate on this screen. I'm really sorry that you're seeing it's actually keeping up not too bad. Yeah, so I'm getting the chat reasonably well, but there is a bit of delay. But yeah, who have we got in the house? Make sure you hit like, guys. Give us a thumbs up. We've got 10 thumbs up. That's okay. We've only been here to 10 minutes now. So that's all good. I mean, I just drive, because it all works for your analytics. We've got 8 in the house. Don't be scared to talk. Has anyone got any ideas or whatever, or what they suggest? Because I've suggested just hold your breath, take a couple of deep breaths, let YouTube try to sort something out, but don't just sit on your hands. Don't block your mouth. Be a vessel. Voice your opinion. Don't get angry. Don't get upset. What we need to do is just ask the questions, the suitable questions, without getting angry. I'm very calm here at the moment. If you've seen me yesterday, I was hell and brimstone. I had my rant. But I've been down the lake, had some lunch with Zigzag, and well, we had a bit of lag there, so I waited till it passed. Yeah, so I've had a really nice afternoon. Took Zigzag down there, formed a bit of comedy relief there on rattle trap fishing. They sort of made a bit of fun of me, but I'll get over it. It's all good. You know, sometimes you can get your heart crushed a little bit because you hear comments that's made after you've left. It's all good. Some of them I just won't follow anymore. That's okay. I've said it now. There's some of them I've just unsubbed, and that's it. There's only 1 or 2, but that's good. The rest of it is cool. Rattle trap fishing is cool. I'll be going on his live stream. He's fine. It's not his fault. Some couple can be arseholes. Just because sometimes I do get passionate. Well, if they had a stroke and they were in the coma, maybe they'd be a little bit passionate too. Because I'm driven on emotion, and I'm very, very sorry for that. Make fun of me. Watch out. most people are okay with hunting, yeah, but don't influence with it. Yeah, that's right. But you don't interfere with it. It's the 1% that they are catering for. I agree. They're catering for the people that's in their apartments out in the city that don't know anything about hunting and fishing. They just don't know anything about it. They don't realise how we people out in the country would know more about being humane than some of the city dwellers. I really can guarantee that, because I know some of the city dwellers are so shallow. They don't have wildlife to contend with. They're just horrible people with themselves. Some of them are just horrible to each other. The sport that they have is open urban war, and that's their culling system. That's their hunting and fishing. Some of them, all they worry about is shooting each other up in the cities. Well, hello. Well, what we do is far different to that. We're a lot more humane than some of these people in the cities. I know I'm getting very stressed out about it, but man, it's a fact. I mean, you know, it's not that guns that kills, it's people with moustaches. That's a bit of a joke. That's what someone told me. Guns don't kill, it's people. People that unfortunately have got their heads not screwed on. I can guarantee many farmers, many hunters, many fishermen have got their heads screwed on. That's why they're not out shooting people up. And that's what it comes down to. And I don't ever want to go onto gun lobbyists and all that sort of stuff. That's not what my channel's about. But they're the things that people are probably going to be thinking about. Unfortunately, there's going to be people out there going to take advantage of this and thinking, hang on, they hear the rumours. And so how are we going to ban all this? Well, they're going to get on board too. And they'll be very unfortunate too with that behaviour. We got Lewis in here, have we? I can't see that. Have I missed a little bit of the chat? I'll just scroll back because I'm looking on the big screen. Oh, Lewis Fuller, how you going? I missed you. I did see you. Actually, I remember seeing you, but I didn't want to ignore you. I just was chatting away with a lot of different things. Yeah, I'm going well, thanks today, Lewis. I just seen the Simple Joys. I just hope Grant there and all the others that are my moderators are just taking care of you and just apologising to me. I'm getting this Nightbot set up, but I had a bit of a trouble with it today, but I'll get there. So I'm slowly getting my moderators worked out and sorted out. And because I have a different channel to the Canadian Drone Hub and different ones where we give blue wrenches to everyone. I've got a bit of a different channel. My channel's a lot of different people come in one time only, never see them, and so forth. And that's great, that's fine, because I have a lot of sporadic topics. I do all sorts of things. When I get myself set up properly after my new computer and that, I'll have more art content, but I'll have a lot of all this other stuff. So yeah, so I'll have my key moderators in there, and people that come back and forwards more regularly, I'll just trump them up and make them step up and be moderators as they go along. But yeah, is there any questions anyone got to say? Because like I said, it's only a short stream. We've got 7 people in here. I might have the same 7, I don't know. Exactly, Aaron. Variety is the spice of life. Just because I don't like something, it doesn't mean that it should be banned. I just concentrate on what does interest me. As long as it's there and no one the haters go for it. I was good to you on Yes, you were. I haven't unsubbed you. It's all good. You're fine. You're not the problem. It was someone else. It's totally okay, buddy. We're good. Everyone that's on my stream today, we're all good. And no, it's all good. Yeah, it wasn't you, mate. It's all good. There was a couple of jokes. It's all fine. But there was one there. I heard stuff after I left, and it was from someone else. I had my headphones. I had my headphones all the way down to the river, down to the lake, in the car, walking along, and I could still hear him talk. I was going to come back when I came back, I was going to come back on the panel, and the other guy did not want me to come on the panel. He reckons I talk too much. Well, stuff you. And it wasn't Rattle Trap. It was someone else. I'm sorry, I'm sinking down to his level now, but he got me that stirred up. That other guy. Yep. Yeah, there was a lot of laughter, but that's fine. That was a lot of laughter that was from technical issues. That didn't bother me. And a lot of people didn't hear it because there was a lot of laughter going on and a lot of technical issues, and they didn't hear what that other person said. It's just that my headphones are gaming headphones, and I can hear everything. And I explained that to Rattle Trap and Fishing. I hear everything. And that guy was being an arsehole. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, and they were laughing all the time while I was talking. It was very disrespectful. Last time, I'm going to bring up an important topic. It's the first time it's happened to me. All I have to say, support the poor guy that hosting that stream. He needs to get his people, his moderators, and get a rein on him, because that many people left his stream because of that. It was not funny. They did not want to get up on the panel. He was begging people to get up on the panel. In fact, he asked me back. They were begging me back. I wasn't going to come back after that, not while I was stressed out. I went down for a sandwich instead and chilled out and had a drink, and my dog was down there by the lake, and I had time to cool down. It's all good. I was raising a very important point. And because they didn't want to listen, some of them, well, I'll come and do my own live stream. I can do it any day. I can do live streams every day of the week. Eventually I will. I'll be doing one live stream a day, and I will be doing a video a day. So watch out, guys. And it will grow. My channel is growing by the minute. Especially when I do my art content, it will grow. Yeah, one guy ruined it for everyone, didn't it? Yeah, it's a bit of a shame. And I feel sorry for the Rattle Trap Fishing there. I'm going to go on his live stream and everything will be rosy, and we hope we can sort something out. Because the worst thing it can do is me not to go back to his channel. Because it's not his fault. No way in the world. And someone mentioned that he needs to get his act together and maybe have a little bit of rules set in place. And I mean, it can be overwhelming, this YouTube bizzo with live streaming. It's not easy. We're all learning, especially when you've got technical issues, because I had problems with the mic and whatnot coming on. I must have touched the mic on my touch screen. And those things happen. It's all good. He was talking about you for, I thought, carried on and on. Yes, I did. There was one guy that was going on and on about me. Sorry about that, guys. Something went wrong with my tablet again. Once I get my computer set up, it'll be okay. One of our videos, the cow rescue video of year 2000, viewed, we passed our 2,700. Well done, friends, milestone. Oh, that's excellent. And now have over 350 videos up to date. Super happy about all those things. Oh, that is fantastic, Grant. That's fantastic. Very good. So who we got in the chat here? We still got 3 people. Just put in chat who we've got. That's okay. I'm expecting these difficulties with this tablet. Like I said, if there's no one else in the stream, I'll leave. And so if you like what you're seeing, please hit like, leave a comment. If you haven't yet subscribed, please do so. Lewis is still there. How you going, Lewis? You're still there. No worries. A lot of the people have been having issues, even paying $25,000 on their computer gear and stuff in their studio. I mean, with bells and whistles, and they still have issues. At least I don't have a lot of major issues. Oh, so we've got. I was actually enjoying your chat. Yes, you were on these. So, unfortunately, the hinted of the rattle trap to get you off the panel, pretty clear. He wanted that. So, yeah. Well, I know he's an arsehole, and that's it. And the person that I know, there's been a lot of bad things said about him in other channels. I went into a live stream one day and I overheard that they were going to do harm to this certain character. They got sick of him because he was saying things about their wives. And that's all I have to say. Not mentioning who it was, not mentioning the live streams, but I'm sure someone will join the dots and find out. Not very nice stuff. Yeah, so we got 4 here. Who else we got in chat? Yeah, so what we're if we've got someone else new, we'll just yeah, bad reception. Something happened because if I don't follow the chat, my laptop, my tablet will go to sleep if I don't check on the chat, because you can't keep it up permanently on this tablet. But once I do the computer, it will be done with this camera here, and the computer will just constantly stream me, and I'll have a big enough computer that I'll have the bandwidth for it, so it'll all be good. So, what did you say? They actually enjoyed your Yep, just because I don't want to repeat myself. That's shocking. Bad reputation behind him. It gets worse. I can't mention the worst stuff. Honestly, gets very bad. I don't want to be put up for slander. Because as you know, I go in a lot of live streams and some people don't know I'm even there. And some of the things I hear, oh my God. But it's only hearsay. But these are from people's mouths that they were talking about their wives. So there was talking about the people that were talking were the ones that were affected. So there's a bit of a difference. Yeah, so I'm really excited for Simple Joys. They did, if those who haven't seen it, there's a cow video there, because they lived on a dairy farm and they stuck a hose in the cow's stomach, and that would have been painful for the cow, and they showed the video of that, and what they did was took out the gas from inside the stomach, because the gas was going to explode it, and the cow come to life, and it's still alive. It's fantastic. I cried. In fact, I get very emotional thinking about it because I have this photographic memory in some occasions, and I watch that video and I can relive it. And so what I seen, I just couldn't believe it. It was a lovely video. Yeah, it's all good. I'll get over it. I went down. I had the laugh. I had the best scenery. I had the best ham and cheese and tomato sandwich with raw onion, just how I like it. And I had a soft drink. I bet you I was having the best life I was having for that 5 minutes while he was still talking about me. Because he was talking about me still while I was down the lake. And I could hear it. But I had the laugh. I'm in the best environment I could ever be. Why, he's in his shitty little house and shitty little life, and I'm having the best life. I have the last laugh. I love it. I just put my dog out, so I'm just wondering where she is. Yeah, so it's been 15 minutes with this live stream. So I'll see if anyone wants to chat for the next 10 minutes. Does anyone want me to tell a story? I'm very good at stories, and they're all true because I can't make them up because things happen to me strangely. There's one story I can't tell. It involves things that relating to this, but might affect me from getting taken down YouTube. There's a lot of things that people are forced to do when working on a chicken farm. I won't go there. I'll tell you my chicken farm story. I'm open. I'm free. I'm not scared to say anything. I worked at a chicken farm, and one day, if you know that we used to have these bell drinkers, and they drink water, and the bell drinkers where the water goes down and flows, and the water's there, and it's for all the little baby chickens. Well, anyway, as the chickens grow, we get rid of the bells up higher and higher, and when they're pooing, they poo heaps of tons and tons of poo. They do, these chickens. Like we've got 50,000 male chickens, which are pullets, which is cockerels, and your pullets are your female chickens. Well, the male chickens grow at a different rate. With the female chickens, they grow different, but they grow better tender meat. So often we would cull them, take them out, and do them for KFC. But anyway, this particular night I had to, because after they were taking some of the chickens out to go to the processing plant, there's these barriers inside the middle of the sheds, and I'm just going to refresh this live chat. One sec. I'll refresh that, but I'm still keeping up to date here. There's 3 viewing, and the chicken sheds. I had to bring the barriers up towards where the pull-ups were to give more room to the cockerels, which were used for soup birds and other things, chicken nuggets and whatever else. And so I brought the barriers up. Well, anyway, the barriers overlap because the shed used to taper, and so we had to have barriers that were separated and light to handle because we couldn't just pick up the barriers whole as bowlers to separate the chickens from males from the females. Anyway, so they were overlapping as the shed was getting narrower. Well, I was supposed to go along the boundary of the shed and hop over towards the boundary. But what did I do? I hopped over the middle of the shed, middle of the barriers inside the middle of the shed, because I didn't want to scare all the birds along the sides of the sheds because it can cause heart attacks and that. So I was trying to be humane. Anyway, when I did, because the ground was undulated and it was rocking, it was slippery, I climbed over and I slipped, and my one leg went this way, one leg went that way, and my private area, which I don't know what I can say and what I can't say on YouTube anymore, so I'm just saying my private area, got caught between the barriers and went like that. Caused a blood blister on you know what. And I checked myself out, and I found out, oh, I'm lucky. Like, I thought it was my things that hang, the two things that hang. Anyway, so I thought, oh gee, it hurt, but I think I'm not too bad. I'll cope, because the pain went away. And anyway, I got home, and as I slept, it was getting worse and worse and worse. It was only the other item. I had to go to the hospital, the doctor's, sorry. I went for a doctor's appointment the same day as my boss at the time. That was the manager before, because I was a manager later after him. He had to go for a bad back. Well, the doctor was a bit of a jokester, because there he is treating me for damaged private parts, and him for a bad back. And all he said in front of all the people in the waiting room was, because he read our notes, what we were there for, what are you two boys been up to? And like, then he got all embarrassed, because we're not like that. And he was, where I just laughed, because I know what my doctor's like. And he was only visiting him for the first time, because the company ended up making him our company doctor. But I knew this guy. He was a Greek guy, and he was a real laugh. He used to swear like a trooper, and he used to make crack jokes and all the rest of it. He was a doctor that you'd love to have, because he was just down to earth and human. And I'll just keep. We've got Aaron back in here. How you going, buddy? Yeah, it's Aaron with double A. I'm just making sure, because my eyesight's not that good. Yeah, thanks that you're back. Thanks, mate. What did he say up there? Awesome, glad to hear it was a great sandwich. It was. I think I've got a issue there, so I might just close this down. Sorry I'm using you guys. It's funny how MANIC Magic went in the chat there. But if there's anyone still there, no one's there, I'll catch you later. For those guys out there, no further ado, leave thumbs up, leave a comment. Okay guys, MANIC Magic is out. Oh, we've got you back again. Who we got back in the chat? Still here. Thanks, mate. Really do. How you go? I had to, Lewis, I had to delete that message because it had the S word in it. It's my channel, my rules. We can't use those words just in case there's a problem. It's best to be safe. So if the moderators see those words, we're going to have to just clear those words out. And if it happens too many times, then we'll just have to ask you to leave and then come back another day. I mean, I don't want to lose you guys. It's all good. So keep it all up. Keep the good work up. But they're just the warnings that I just heed. Yeah, goodbye, everyone. I've got to go. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. For us, it's weekend now. We've got Saturday and Sunday, because those who know us, we're in Australia. Simple Joys is in Australia, and it's our weekend. We're in the future. Thank you very much. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you.